Just a few hundred feet behind me is Lake Okeechobee, and about 63 miles hike ahead of me is Hobe Sound Beach. This is the Ocean to Lake Trail. The Florida Trail is a 1,200 mile hike that goes all the way from Big Cypress National Park to Pensacola, Florida. It is one of the 11 national scenic trails, and looks like I might be seeing gators already. This is a spur off of the Florida Trail, starting from Lake Okeechobee, going to Hobe Sound Beach. We're going through 3 large parks, being Dupuis, not sure how to pronounce it, Two Corbett, and then Jonathan Dickinson State Park. Jonathan Dickinson is one of the most popular state parks in Florida, which is impressive because Florida has one of the best state park systems, if not the best state park system in the country. Right now I'm walking along some cornfields to get started. To be honest, I'm not sure I found the exact start point of the Florida Trail. I'm sure that I'll find it in the next couple miles. Immediately, I'm ashamed that I called these cornfields. I forgot that we are just east of Lake Okeechobee right now. Everything around here is sugarcane. And right in front of me, this is all land that's all tilled up, ready to be planted for sugarcane. It's a sad sight to see, but America's gotta have its sugar. First sign that I'm on the Florida Trail. Alas, my first Florida Trail sign. So this Dupuis management area used to be cattle land, and it was donated in a land grant or something at some point, and now it's a beautiful forest. If you're doing this hike and you get started late in the day, there's a camp right here, and I'm just about 3 or 4 miles into the hike right now. This looks like a nice little spot to settle down for an evening if you get started around 5 p.m. This area around Port Mayaca has an unfortunate history, and I talked in more detail about it in my Bike Around Lake Okeechobee video. In the early 1900s, Okeechobee hurricane came through and sat over Lake Okeechobee, eventually breaking the dike in one of the places. Now, the dike is very reinforced nowadays to never let this happen again, but Lake Okeechobee broke, flooding this entire area. Overall, I think about 2,000 people died after this happened. Herbert Hoover got the money to build a dike around Lake Okeechobee, strengthening it for the future. It seems like ever since then, the lake has constantly been worked on by the Army Corps of Engineers. There's lots of controversy about controlling the water coming into and leaving Lake Okeechobee. Orange Blaze, we're on the trail. Here's a map of the entire Ocean to Lake Trail. So today I've walked from Lake Okeechobee and I'm at the second campsite right now. I'm gonna pass the Power Line Camp. Tonight I'm staying at the Little Gopher Camp. There is so much great data online, and I downloaded this and printed it in advance. It shows all of the different intersections and things to watch out for while you're hiking. You can basically get away with this and not even need a map. When I was scheduling my campsite for tomorrow night at the Little Tract, I believe it's called, the lady on the phone told me that there is actually a prescribed burn going on in the Cypress Creek natural area. They're burning about 85 acres today, and I believe what's in the distance here is that, even though it's about 15 miles away. Despite it being only in the high 70s today, the sun is just pummeling. There's very little clouds in the sky, very little shade. I'm debating on just taking a little siesta here because it is so hot, and you know, I haven't had to face this heat or this direct sunlight in a long time, in over a year. I didn't experience this in Europe. I'm gonna push through it. It's nothing I can't deal with so far. Haven't seen as much water as I hoped for though, so I really hope that there's some at camp tonight. I just got this 6 Moon Design sunbrella for Christmas. I would be so sunburned by now if I didn't have this thing. It only weighs like 6.5 ounces, so you don't even really notice it on the pack. This is better than a hat. Hats kind of overheat me. This is like total shade all the time. I knew there was going to be water crossings on this trail and was surprised that I haven't seen any in the first 15 miles, but I just came to my first one. A little bit of water, ankle deep, no big deal. 4 miles left for the day. Looks like it's all water hiking from here. What a trail! Over the last hour and a half or so, I've been getting kind of a stomach ache. I'm not sure if it's a cramp from walking or electrolytes or eating trail mix all day, but I am very afraid that it is the water. I filtered the water once and now I've double filtered it. But I really hope I didn't give myself a stomach ache that's gonna make this a trip ender. Another Christmas gift, a new 625 milliliter kettle from Tokes. And wow, it is boiling so fast. The one thing is I have to make smaller meals in here, so I'll be making 2 meals instead of 1 probably. Usually these things are used for just boiling water and then you pour that into a bag so that you can cook your food in another bag. 6:45 in the morning, I am getting ready to head out. I was just putting my shoes on and I wanted to show you this cool little sluggerino. What the heck is that thing? Shoes are wet this morning, so I'll be walking with wet feet all day. I've got my gaiters on today, so hopefully less sand and mud will be getting into the shoes. The reason I started hiking so early is because I want to avoid the sun that I hit yesterday, and also I have to do another 6 miles than I did yesterday. So today I'm doing 25 miles. Now just about a quarter mile into this hike, I ran into the real little gopher campsite. I wish I found this yesterday. So if you're doing this hike, if you come to the large intersection and you're looking for the little gopher campsite, just go another 1/10 or a quarter of a mile east and you will run into this. When people think about Florida, they think about the beaches, the sunshine, the palm trees. But I think this is just as beautiful. These mornings where the fog is rising, the sun is rising, these crooked old pine tree silhouettes are just perched in the morning sunlight. Almost missed the trail. Outstanding. These expansive views this morning have been great, and also the sun staying behind the clouds. I was not expecting an overcast day. It said the high was still 81 today, so they might go away, but just getting the miles in this morning has been wonderful. Now I'm having some problems with my right knee. It's hurting pretty bad. I've only gone about 7 miles. I hope I can push through the day. It's only at like a 4 out of 10 right now, but that's pretty serious to have to do another 30 something miles with. I made it to the youth camp. It's just about a quarter mile behind me, but the trail set me up onto the road, and now I think I have about 4 or 5 miles of this white sand road walking to do. It has been overcast almost the entire day, just maybe an hour of sun, and it's noon right now. So I'm gonna sit right here on the road and have some lunch. Just met a few other through hikers about a mile back. They're camping at the site like a mile and a half before mine. Frankly, I wish I scheduled that one instead. I didn't know that it was there, but got about 10, 12 more miles to walk. I'm on a straightaway right now. I gotta cross the Beeline Highway, and then this campsite tonight is only about 1,000 feet from a neighborhood. At that last spot where I saw those people, you may be able to hear it in the back, there's like a hunting center there, or a shooting range. And at the check-in area, there's a sink where you can fill up your water. I still filtered it, and it tasted pretty rusty even after filtering it, so your mileage may vary. You may just want to take it out of the canal that's right next to it. Six miles left for the day, and I'm coming up to the Beeline Highway. Gotta walk about a half a mile on the highway before I cross it and continue on. This has happened before, not on this trail though. I was relying on this pump to give me water tonight, and it is not working. It looks like the O-ring is just worn out, so it's not actually pulling the water up anymore. Now I gotta research and see if there's any more water along the trail. This was a little earlier than I think it was supposed to be, so there might be another non-potable water pump somewhere. After looking at the map, it looks like there will be some more water along the way, although I'm not sure it will be the well water. It might be dirty brown water coming from the canals. I would love to stop at this bench and just rest and wash the water for a while, but the bugs are officially out. They're coming through my bug spray, and I think I only have about 2.5 or 3 miles left till I get to camp. I still have not found the water, although it looks like there's a large waterway, the Hungry Man's Slough, that I'll be passing by. Hopefully I'll be able to get water there. Coming up to the slough. Let's see if this thing is accessible. Oh yeah, I think I can climb down and get my water here somewhere. Three liters packed, and I am leaving the slough. I only have about 1.5 miles to get to camp. So I make it to my campsite. I'm walking up the last 100 feet, and as I'm walking up to the site, a little baby boar runs away. I back up slowly. Now I hear the mom. So I don't think I'm gonna be able to camp at the campsite yet again. This area where I'm at right now, it's a little bumpy, very chopped up by boars on the ground, but I think I'm just gonna have to camp here because I'm not trying to go face a boar with a little baby. I had to do that in Italy, and it was not fun. Getting started on day 3. Hogs were walking around last night. A family of them just passed in front of me on the trail. Now I'm backing up again. This one, I saw the mom. I saw 3 or 4 babies. I've got a big stick here in case I need to use it. Okay, I just took a break for a couple minutes. Hopefully these guys have moved on. I hit a stick against a tree a bunch of times. I'm gonna move forward now cautiously, find an even bigger stick that will not break if I have to defend myself. I had to bump them a couple more times, but the hogs officially went in the other direction. I'm really only like 500 feet from this neighborhood now, so hopefully I will get out of it soon. Just over this hill, I have been in a prehistoric territory, scaring away over a half a dozen hogs in the last 20 minutes. And now, I'm in a neighborhood. I am leaving the Loxahatchee Slough now and about to enter Riverbend Park. Riverbend is one of the most popular parks in Jupiter for both its hiking, and also you can rent kayaks and canoes there and explore all of its super cool rivers. So I have reached the end of Riverbend Park. It was only about 1.5 miles long. And now I am at Indiantown Road. Indiantown Road is the main passageway through the town of Jupiter. I'm gonna go through this, and then right on the other side of this, in about 1/2 mile, I'll be reaching the point where they burned yesterday, 2 days ago. So we'll see if anything is actually burned. After that, we're entering Jonathan Dickinson. before you go back into the forest, if you're here at the right time of day, there's a Mexican shop and a pizza place and also a 7-Eleven. So I'm gonna go in here and try to get some breakfast. Absolutely scored in the 7-Eleven. Didn't even realize the number one thing I needed was to wash my hands. They were so dirty. Now that they're washed, I can eat the food. These upside down taco things are ridiculously good. Things have gotten sandier in the last mile, and with the sand came the cactuses. Cacti? Cacti. We are officially in Jonathan Dickinson State Park. 95 is behind me. The beach is ahead. 13-ish more miles to go. This is the fastest moving water I've seen the whole time. Yeah, I just fell. Just hiked alongside some Boy Scouts for about an hour. There's about 15 of them doing a 20-mile day. Quite impressive. I am coming up to US 1 right now. Should be exiting Jonathan Dickinson in the next half mile. We got some pretty big clouds rolling in. You can tell that these are going to be rain clouds, one, by how dark they are, but you can see how thick that it's getting. This means it's reaching maturity. I learned this in my drone pilot license exam practice, but basically the thicker the cloud is getting, the more strength that it has to eventually rain. It looks like this is actually heading east. Hopefully I don't intersect with it and it is able to get out to the ocean before I get out to the ocean. And this orange marker marks my exit of Jonathan Dickinson State Park. Now I'm heading down Dixie Highway, heading east, straight toward Hobe Sound Beach. Final intersection of the trip, turning onto Bridge Road. About another mile and a quarter to go. My feet are yelling at me right now.
The thing I like most about backpacking is how much experience you can pack into a short period. The highs are higher and the lows are lower. Weeks of humility and turmoil and gratitude were just crammed into a few days. These experiences are invaluable.